internal fluids, guess what will happen? You get well, you get healthy, you get strong, you know? And yes, you may have, you know, some indulgences here and there on special occasions, but you know how to get back, because when you do it, you don't feel right. And of course, that is reflected in the urine pH. So how often do you test your urine pH? Daily. First thing in the morning. Why? Because that's the most acidic time of the day. What is the most alkaline time of the day? At 3 p.m. But you'll find that you're not getting up to those higher levels of H. You're in the 6 or the 7s. And so there's this flow, this ebb. And if you don't take care of it, the body takes care of it. And how does it do that? It will actually steal calcium ions from your bone, just like the ocean that's being polluted with acidity will steal calcium ions from coral reefs to maintain the alkalinity of the ocean, which, ready for this?
Ready.
It's 8.4. It's identical to us. Mm-hmm. That's why when you get into the ocean, and I recommend it, it's behind me, when you swim in the ocean, you're literally swimming in your own fluid. Mm-hmm. It's identical to your own. It's a salty, alkaline fluid at 8.4. That's exactly the pH. And so if you want to take care of fish, or if you want to take care of a pool, if you don't manage it on a daily basis, what shows up? Germs. Where do germs come from? Are you ready for this? Listen carefully. Germs are born in you. Germs are cellular transformation products that are born in you and from you. They're not infectious. They're the evidence of a polluted environment and the condition of the cell that is now transforming, returning back to its original state. Scientifically, a doctor by the name of Antoine Béchamp, who lived in the 19th century, you know, he did some very, very wonderful studies. And of course, in 1994, you know, I was in Texas and saw a 21-year-old woman, and using optical microscopy called phase contrast, I literally saw this biological transformation of a red blood cell into what appeared anatomically as an anthraxis bacillus, an anthrax bacteria. And then I saw it revert back. And I'm going, oh my heavens. That gift that she gave me in her own dis-ease from eating processed foods and drinking coffee to an excess, she wasn't willing to change, and she died, you know, a year later. But the gift she gave to me and to humanity, and then in 1996, discovering the work of Antoine Béchamp and his painstaking looking under an optical microscope and literally in his own hand recording what he saw. He documented this biological, pathological, but he did not attribute this to the cell. He attributed it to what was left at the end of complete, you know, fermentation and degeneration of that cell, of that body. And he called it the microzyma, which means small bean or small ferment. And this was what God had suggested, that from dust we are and from dust we will return. This dust is the physical material that all genetics is made up of, that all cells are made up of. And so he did the experiment to prove that. I have done the experiments to prove this. And I have published on this.
This is incredible information.
And we can keep going, but we're basically out of time. This is exactly why we wanted you here. There is so much here. And let me ask you, where can somebody review this and see this for themselves? And a better, would it be on your site, or would it be in a book?
Well, it's both. It's in books, it's on sites, it's in video, it's in published scientific journals. I could go on about that
But
as well. But
for our listeners, for you right now, is the new biology something that they can look at through your site or something that you published?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, probably the best one, I can hold this up, and it's called Sick and Tired.
All right. Yeah.
Well, Sick and Tired, and guys like Tony Robbins, who wrote this. He said, if you're willing to commit to the time and energy now to understand Dr. Young's principles, you will experience a revolution in the quality of your life. Now, that was in 1998, and he still promotes the alkaline, pH Miracle alkaline lifestyle.
Oh, wow.
And it's not a diet, because that word has the word die in it. It is a live it.
All right.
LIVEIT. If you will live this, it'll improve the quality and the quantity of your life. But in this book, you can read about the microzymas, you can read about biological transformation, you can see the micrographs that are there showing the evolution of matter. It talks about germ theory versus terrain theory. I not only in the conference that you mentioned, that was in 1919 in the summer, at the International Tribunal of Natural Justice, where I presented this information. So you brought that up. That link will give you a lot of information to help you. But you'll also want to go to YouTube and watch my lecture at the School of Medicine at Harvard. It's called the Harvard Lectures. And you can find it under Dr. Robert Young, or you can find it Dr. Robert Young Harvard Lectures. But I have a website there where you can, and it's a 3-hour lecture, and it's in 3 parts. That is another place where you can learn the new biology, you can learn the lifestyle, you can see the science, and this can empower you. This is knowledge that will empower you on how to care for your physicality, your emotionality, your mentality, and reconnect yourself to your true self, because we are spiritual beings having a physical experience here, not physical beings having a spiritual one. To reconnect to our true self, which is a spiritual creation in our physical form, is what this science, this protocol, this program, this live it can do for you.
All right.
Thank you.
Yay.
Thank you.
Whoa.
Thank you. That was so beautifully expressed, so elegant,
yes,
and
sir.
yet so simple. You've taken a complex subject and made it so simple for us. We have on the shelves antacid pills. You never see alkaline. And this is the epitome of everything you have shared with us to get back to what we are designed to be in alkaline. We are now empowered. Thank you, Dr. Young. We have so many beautiful resources to go and check out. And I want to encourage everyone to use this information we have now gained to go and have a look at the YouTube channels Dr. Young spoke about, his website, and the book, Sick and Tired. Sick and Tired?
Claim your inner terrain.
Yeah, wonderful. So thank you again. We are now going to take a 10-minute break and be back for the Circle of 12.